A raucous crowd and electric atmosphere. It's the American League Championship Series from the Metrodome in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Game 1 between the Anaheim Angels and the Minnesota Twins. Only won 4 games due to injury during the regular year, right-hander Joe Mays.
Joe Mays could be the wild card among the Twins staff. They need him.
You get a look at his numbers during the postseason. 5 of 18, knocked in a run in a 4-game victory over the Yankees. Back to the mound. 1 away. Little flare into left field. The game's first hit delivered by Darren Erstad. 0-1 to Salmon. On the ground, could be a double play. Guzman, rebound. It is.
Yeah, I'd drop a first-pitch breaking ball in there to Jones as well. He's gone deep 15 times in his first at-bat.
Took him a little better than 3.5 years to get to the big leagues. But now an impact player for Minnesota. 2-2 from Appier. Popped up. Eckstein battling the roof. Made it look easy.
Is that the first time you've ever said he's battling the roof?
Appier making his 4th career appearance and 3rd start in the postseason. His 2nd of this postseason. Hopper. Good play by Spezio. He's done a solid job since moving as a 3rd baseman to a 2nd baseman with Oakland. Now a 1st baseman in Anaheim. And a career ERA of barely over 3.5. And in the American League, that's lights out. Pulled into right field, base hit.
You know, Tommy, I cannot look at Kevin Appier and then move it a little further and further off the plate.
.30 pitch and he pops it up. Short left field. Anderson calling off Eckstein, and that'll end the inning. A 2-out single by Koski. He's left at first. End of 1. No score.
Will make some aggressive mistakes, and neither one of those guys care about that, because that's how they'd rather have them making their mistakes.
On the ground to Guzman. 1 gone.
Pretty tight right now, but certainly calling it the same for both sides.
Well, he even pulled out that right hand, and he does it for strike 3 this time. High fly ball straight away center field. Routine for Torrey Hunter. And Mays mows him down in order. Hunter will lead off the 2nd. Scoreless in Minnesota. Torrey Hunter, the most popular player of the Minnesota Twins since Kirby Puckett, they tell us, in his town. That one's shot into right center field. It's off the wall. A stand-up double for Torrey Hunter.
Not able to generate a lot of power. Hit just 10 home runs this year.
He gets away from Molina. And racing on to 3rd is Hunter. Anaheim infield plays back. And it's popped up into foul territory. Gloss with room. And that's a big out for Kevin Appier. Hunter stays at 3rd, 1 away in the inning.
In batting practice today, the ball was jumping off his bat.
Infield in, 3-0. And it's taken ball 4. It almost appeared like Appier was pitching around Kadire there. I mean, this guy's capable of doing major damage.
And keep the same release point when you are a big drop and drive guy like Goose Gossage used to be.
Line into left center field. Erstad will run it down. Tagging and scoring is Hunter. 1-0 Minnesota.
They don't have a good percentage trying to steal bases. They make a lot of aggressive mistakes, and Gardenhire loves it that way.
Swing and a miss to end the inning. But Minnesota gets on the board. A leadoff double by Torrey Hunter. A wild pitch and a sac fly by Brzezinski gets him in. 1-0 Twins. Spezio pops it up. Up the third baseline. Foul ground. Brzezinski the call. And the catch. Joe Mays looking very sharp early on here tonight. Something he wasn't.
Tonight he looks so calm out there on the mound, almost like he's going to fall asleep.
In the air, right field, playable for Kadire. Quickly, 2 away here in the Anaheim third.
Is that a guy that looks like he's too uptight about anything? That's relaxation right there.
Off the end of the bat into left field, a base hit for Adam Kennedy. Well, what a solid player Kennedy has become for Anaheim since coming over in the Jim Edmonds deal from St. Louis. Hit .312 this year. In fact, that was a big part of that 8-run, 10-hit 5th inning to blow it wide open in Anaheim on Saturday. A little hit and run, and there it is. Shot into right field, a base hit by Eckstein, and Kennedy on to second.
That is pretty baseball. That's National League baseball, and you're checking out. They had a little thing going on at Florida and Florida State when they were in school. Didn't like each other too much back then.
2-0 on the ground for Guzman. He'll have to play to first, and it goes between his legs, and the game is tied. On to third goes Eckstein. Rivas never came over to cover the second base bag. And perhaps Guzman realized at the last second, Steve, he was going to have to go to first base. In the air, right center field. Hunter is there. The inning is over. An unearned run scores for the Angels after the error by Guzman. We're tied at 1. Hard to argue with 300 average, 27 home runs. This one in the air to right. Back to the wall is Salmon, and has enough room. You have to hit it up above the baggie there in right field. For those of you that have never seen a game from this ballpark, the big high wall where many believe was the best team in the American League this year. But here's Anaheim playing in the ALCS. On the ground to Eckstein. 2 away. Appier going to work. In the air, short right field. And shy of the warning track, Salmon's got it, and a 1-2-3 third inning for Kevin Appier. We go to the fourth, a 1-1 affair. Anderson bounced out to the shortstop his first time up. This one in the air and playable for Jock Jones.
A couple of the other ground rules that you'll see here in the stadium that you don't see very many other places are these speakers. Curveball more often. He says he has a good slider, but he does make more mistakes with that pitch. He'll hang it every once in a while.
Rolled over that one down to third. Glove by Koski. 2 up, 2 down. The Angels have never been to the World Series. Roller off the bat of Fulmer. Rivas not going to be in time. Infield hit for Fulmer. Rivas had to go a long way to get it. Of course, Rod Carew has his jersey number 29 retired by both of these franchises.
I hope so.
In the air, Mankiewicz to get it. Stomps on the bag, and the fourth comes to an end. A 1-1 game. Appier has always pitched well here at the Metrodome. There's a missile in the right field.
to make a better life for my family, and that's what I'm set out to do.
Lays down a bunt, and a throw in time to get Hunter. Excellent play right there by Molina, having to pick up the ball that almost ran right into the back.
We'll take the mistakes right now.
Ball 4 low. Second walk of the game issued by Appier. 2 on, 2 out in this 1-1 game with Kadire coming up. That says it all.
That's a great one.
Kadire walked his first at bat. First pitch swinging here. A little floater into right. Caught by Salmon. And everybody stays put. So after a 4-pitch walk to Minkiewicz, Kadire first pitch hacking.
They're so aggressive at the plate, you don't have to throw many strikes, especially when you're ahead in the count as the pitcher.
Little floater into short left field, and Gloss will run it down to end the inning. Good play by Troy Gloss. Minnesota leads 2. We're back to Minneapolis after these messages from your local Fox station. And then David Eckstein due up against Joe Mays, who's allowed a run on 4 hits. The run was unearned. On air by that man, Guzman allowed the first run of the game. 1 gone. We've talked about the Metrodome a great deal already. We asked Mike Scioscia about his team playing here.
And now they're pretty darn good.
1-2. Into left field again. This one will be caught by Jones. Kennedy had a single that way his first time up. Hit it hard this time, but allowed out.
Mike Scioscia was talking about the problems of coming into this stadium to play.
On the artificial surface with the roof. Want to ask you about that when Minnesota comes to bat in the bottom of the inning. Mays mighty good through the front 5. A 1-1 game after 4.5. And he has drawn a walk to begin the 5th. Taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. In the air, left field. Anderson's got it, 1 away. And Rivas back to first. Let's take a look quickly at our Chevy Trucks in-game.
They get better too. Look at the lead that Rivas has now.
2-1. Lined out of the reach of Eckstein. And here come the Twins, 2 on in a 1-1 game in the 5th. Pulled down the line. Minnesota has a lead. Rivas scored. They're going to hold up Guzman. 2-1 Minnesota. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up. And playable in foul ground for Spezia. A big out for Kevin Appier. It's his second out of the inning. 3-2. Got him swinging. The ball gets away. But Molina will chase and fire down to first, and that'll end the inning. So Appier, after allowing a run, had runners at second and third, 1 out. No further damage. It's a 1-run Minnesota lead. Two-two. Popped up. Right side of the infield. Minkiewicz will wave off Rivas. And some may be saying, oh, wait a minute now. That plan didn't go into effect to get these teams today where they are. And you would be right. Is now the president of the university. Check swing, and did Salmon go around? He did. Hard hit ball. Rivas to the turf. Brings on the right-hander Brendan Donnelly, who had a sensational year. And again, you ask the question, much like this Anaheim team, who would have thunk it?
Who took 10 years to get to the big leagues.
In the air, left center field. Garrett Anderson is there. And one away in the inning. Dyer drives one into right center field. Erstad reading it all the way. 2 gone. And really Donnelly indicative of this entire Anaheim bullpen, which we said has been best in the American League.
Before someone gives him a shot in the big leagues and then has a tremendous year like this, what's the difference? What did he do? He said, you know what, he just started throwing strikes.
And it helps when a batter will chase one that isn't. 1, 2, 3 for Donnelly. We played 6, a 2-1 Minnesota lead back after these messages from your local Fox station. Short left field. Jock Jones near the line. 1 away. (2-0). And he rolls over one. Rivas will charge hard. 2 up, 2 down. What an impressive outing so far by Joe Mays. And Ron Gardenhire told us before the game, I want him out there. He's the right guy out there, and I think he's going to come up big. So far, he's right. Nubber off the glove of Koski to the former hockey goalie. Save and a throw to end the inning. They stand and stretch. Minnesota leads 2-1. In third with only 1 out, and their cleanup hitter coming up. A foul out and a strikeout of Hunter ended the inning. Lost, gloves to his left. Good pickup, good throw, 1 away. Mike Scioscia in his 3rd season with Anaheim. Jones foul tips it into the mid of Molina. And Donnelly has faced 5 batters, retired all 5, including a pair of strikeouts. And 1 and 2 on Guzman. Donnelly okays a sign with Molina. And then hits Guzman. Schoenweiss, a starter turned reliever.
Some of those numbers don't look that impressive. He did make 15 starts on the season. Put him into the pen.
Fly ball right field. Tim Salmon near the line, and the inning is over. So the Angel bullpen, a couple of scoreless innings. Joe Mays will take the ball in the 8th with a 1-run lead.
This has been a good one.
2-2. Struck him out. 3rd strikeout of the night for Joe Mays. This Anaheim team setting a division series record, hitting .376 against the New York Yankees. And they're 2 deep here in the 8th inning with only 4 hits. And we're going to have a stoppage in play as some fan runs out on the field. The 3rd inning, the only inning Anaheim has had more than 1 hit. And it took a 2-out error by Guzman for him to get on the board. Guzman's way. 8 spectacular innings for Joe Mays. He's thrown 100 pitches and he's been lights out.
You want to run him back out there, don't
I'd
you?
run him out there again.
You know why he won't?
Popped up. Salmon calling off Darren Erstad. 1 away. Why not?
2 reasons. Guardado, 45 saves on the year.
Right-hander Ben Weber.
Finished up the regular season with 6 straight wins. And he pretty much just lets it rip.
Hunter gone swinging. 2 away. 2-2 the count on Mankiewicz, who's 0 for 2, drew a walk back in the 4th inning. Got him swinging to retire the side. 3 sensational innings out of the bullpen. Part of the order coming up. Erstad, Salmon, and Anderson. Will it be Eddie Guardado? Every day, Eddie Guardado, the Minnesota closer.
That guy pitched a tremendous game.
Retired the last 13 hitters he faced. Gone, swinging Erstad. Ball 4. The tying run aboard as Guardado walks Tim Salmon with one away. That is the first Anaheim Angel to reach base since an infield hit by Fulmer in the 4th inning.
Good deception.
Came back with another one off the end of the bat into right field. And coming on to get it is Moore. And the Angels down to their final out. But they have the tying run at first base. The winning run coming to the plate. The biggest slugger in the lineup, Troy Glaus. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 called, and Minnesota has taken game 1.